Grand Rising. I am alive. I'm back. I'm here. How are you? Welcome back. This is Miladies giving you your weekly messages here at Galactic Hood Buddha. Thank you for joining. I want to give a huge shout out to my Instagram supporters. I appreciate you guys so much. Every time I am going through some type of rough situation, I share with you guys, that I'm very vulnerable in sharing many aspects of my life to let you guys know that I'm as normal as you guys. I'm also a human, but I do apply a lot of tools to assist me in um, maneuvering through all these challenges. And so I give thanks to the Instagram crowd as well as my personal circle who are always there to support and share and shower me with love when I'm going through something very deep. Thank you so much. Here, I assist people in shifting their spirit to bring them more aware into who they are and what they want to share with the world. So anything that you may need in regards to Reiki. I also do mini astrology charts where I share your elements. What balance do you have of masculine and feminine? We all embody those energies. I also share each house and what is in your house and that how that applies to you, as well as a small advice. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out how you can connect with me. I also do personal tarot reading as well as Reiki. I also go to parties. So if you have a party and you want to come and ask me to read tarot for your guest, I do that as well. And last but not least, if you're into wellness and health, I also assist you. I am yoga certified. I am Zumba certified. I am certified in many fitness areas, including wellness, as far as eating and what you put inside your body. So if you're interested in any of that, here I am down below. So this week that is coming up for us is going to be, I'll be talking about the 19th until the until August. What? No, bring it back. That was last week. I'm going to be talking about July 26th to August 1st. You guys already know I use this planner to assist me in what is going on up in the skies. There is a lot going on. Yesterday was the Aquarius full moon, which I will still be putting up a video about that. The full moon energy lasts about 3 days. In regards to the it lasts for 3 days, but the impact continues for a while. However, the full moon is something that's closing out. So if you think 6 months ago what was happening for you, you can then see what you expressed that you wanted to plan and to see if you use that Aquarian energy to close it out now. So whatever you had decided back, I want to say December 2020, if you haven't accomplished, any of those goals, where's my water? Give me 1 second. If you haven't accomplished any of those goals at this current time, it would be best to reevaluate it. We are in Leo season now, which I'll also put out a video for Leo season because it's very intense. These energies, each energy carries its own agenda, and it's here to shift us. So as each energy comes along, is like grab it while you can, right? Because this may not happen for some time. This may not happen for another year. This may not happen for 32 years. So when the astrological energies empower us, is for us to see which one is for us to grab. I believe it's all of them, but it's so hard I mean, I want to say for myself, to keep track of each aspect. You really, and that's what I'm learning, have to really be in tune into yourself and focus on yourself to grab every aspect. But for the most part, we do it intuitively, and then you can just confirm it with the astrological stuff that's happening. I do it a lot. I contact my friends and ask them how they feeling, like regular conversation, and just hearing what they're going through, and me knowing the astrological aspect, I'm like, oh, intuitively they doing it. So half the time we already doing what we need to do. So some of us need this push to see what area in our life is asking for clarity at this current time to move forward into our next steps. And so with that being said, Leo season talks about the heart. So yesterday we got hit with our heart's desire, with a hit of hell no, I'm not doing this anymore. Right? Aquarius is that sign that's rebellious, that is says what it says, it does what it does, in a sense of like, if they don't want to move forward into that aspect of what is being presented in their life, then they're not going to move forward with it. So I will be talking a little bit more about the Aquarius on full moon today, so stay tuned. Other than that, let me drink some water. What I'll be talking about today is what's happening next week. And next week is really going to be intense, like every week in July has been. So, understanding our heart's desire is what the focus is for the next 30 days or so for Leo season. Leo is about the heart. Leo is about what we desire. And no matter what it is that your heart is desiring, it's screaming out this whole entire month. It will continue to tell you that. So if you're in a space that your heart no longer wants to be there, your heart will be letting you know that. So it'll be up to you to feel the frequency, to feel the friction, and see what is your heart telling you. I learned this yesterday. A lot of us don't sit down, with our hearts, and then just sit there for a minute and just be in tune with our hearts and giving love to our heart. Yet we seek out others to love us. But have we sat down with ourselves on a daily basis and give the love to our heart the way we want others to do so? Do you literally sit down for 5 minutes and focus and tune in to your heart? I myself can say that I don't. And so with that being said, this is one of the challenges that I'm going to be battling this month in regards to tuning into your heart. That is the pressure point right there. That is the gold right there. We may be having a bunch of stuff of what we want to do and what we want to say, and with our subconscious mind, I'm having all these past memories that we forget that this is where everything is at. No matter what, you can have the best job in the world for you in the current moment, paying you as much as you want, but if your heart is not into it, like, you guys already know the story of people who've been making trillions and millions of dollars, or even just making $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year, and then they leave their job and they go and do what their heart desires. I'm one of those people where it's just like, you have to tune in. You'll be more happier. Like, material things is great, but you'll be more happier when you tune into your heart. So let's see. It says a blast from the past. So in the following week, this week that's coming up, we will be focusing more on balancing out what we used to do in the past and what we want our future to look like. There's going to be a lot of planets going into Aquarius next week, a lot of retrograde planets at that. So it's really reviewing the structural aspect of yourself with Saturn going into Aquarius, on what you want to present in the future for yourself and for the world, right? With the collective. A lot of times people feel like they got to be leaders in big positions in order to be able to change the world. And I know that you guys have heard this before. We don't need to be in a powerful high position to change the world. You can literally be the change by tuning into yourself, changing yourself, When you change yourself, you will attract people that will be in the space of wanting to know, how did you change yourself? How can you be so resilient to this? How can and that, just having that conversation with someone in regards to how you were able to be resilient to certain things, or how did you change your diet, that changes somebody's life. And by you changing that person's life, changing the next person's life, and that in itself is a ripple effect of change. That even though it may seem like it's going to take slower, there's one of you in every building or in every city that's doing the same thing. So being your authentic self, what does that look like for you? What does authenticity mean to you? What does that look like for you? And that's what next week is bringing. Next week is also bringing this energy of aggressiveness and what's right and what's wrong. So there will be a midst of a split, like in between lovers and between children. There's going to be a lot of disagreements, people picking sides. You have Mercury is in Cancer for a little bit before it switches into Leo. So when Mercury, pardon me, Mercury already. Wait. Mercury is still in Cancer. Mercury is still in Cancer, but it's going to be going into Leo next week. And when Mercury goes into Leo, it's really going to go back to speaking from the heart. But right now we are intellectually tuning into our emotions. So we're becoming a bit more emotionally intelligent on the things that we want, not necessarily being coming from why is this happening to me, is more of like, okay, this is happening to me because, and now I'm going to change it type of thing. So next week is we really focusing on our next steps and what worked and didn't work for the next for the last 6 or 7 months. So if you planned something and it changed, it's all right, because that's not what your heart desired. Everything up to this point has not really been what your heart's desire. You've been more of what your mind has been telling you. Now your heart is like, this is what I want. Have we been doing this? I know my heart is like, you haven't been dancing and you love to dance. Have you been dancing? I'm like, nope, I have not been dancing. Guarantee you if I dance, I'll be a little more jollier. Okay, so towards the weekend, there will be a bit of anxiety coming through, because there's this friction when it comes to Saturn going into Aquarius. Again, is that seriousness, and then Saturn is serious and is in retrograde, so you're serious about what has happened in the past. So some people may not be in a space of wanting to forgive this weekend. Maybe if this week you were got into a dispute or an argument, now is like, OMG, I don't want to say sorry. And so that energy comes in the weekend as well. So there's going to be a lot of push and pull energy, and it's still going to be on that emotional scale, but we'll be more in the space of not letting our emotions override our decisions. So it's just like, yeah, this is what I want. I don't care what you say, and if you don't like it, then I'm not going to let that bother me, because this is what I want. So that's the space where you're going to be. It's like, yeah, I feel you, I'm emotional about it, but I'm not going to let that stop me from doing what I want to do with myself, my life, and what I want to put out in the world. All right. Let me just write this down. I could go back. All right. So let's pull out the messages for the collectives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So we got this door right here. I feel like this door is saying, first of all, there's no door. How about that? It's a walkway. It's just that's the name of the the cards. It's a walkway. It's really again, it can go two ways, walking into the future or walking into the past. But either ways, there's clarity on where you don't want to be and where, well, you see how it just starts getting brighter. Ooh. All right, focus. That was funny. But mainly just, if you're going into the past, going into the past with clarity is what is being asked at this current time, without allowing you to stay in the, I want to say, the nastiness of the past. So if you've been through some rough shit, get there, get in there, clear it out, keep it moving. Do not hold on to it anymore. And then as you move into the future, move in with clarity, move in without being in an anxious mode, right? Knowing that things are gonna turn out the way you expressed that you wanted to turn out. Oh my God. This whole time I've been talking. This whole time I've been talking and it's been blank. I think. I hope that it's, I just hope that it was recording. I really do hope that it was recording. I hope that it was recording. Okay. So the card says a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could still stick. We won't do this again. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. What does your heart desire? No matter how fast time is going, no matter how slow time is going, where are you in your present time? Where are you in your present time, and how can you be in tune with your heart to make the decisions for your next step? What does that look like for you? Can you include your heart in every step of your way at this current time? Y'all, I hope this was recording. The mic was on mute. Always something with me, you know? And I don't care because I'm still here. Success and grief. All right, success in the upright position. It says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. There is no greater goal than to love. Once you allow yourself to understand that love is the highest power of all, no matter what happens in your life, success will be around the corner. Success will be in a space of giving you the ability to see things from a different perspective when you include love, when you include your heart. Grief in reverse, what I got from this is, it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So in the reverse, this is something that's happening within ourselves. Letting go of our past selves, letting go of how we treated ourselves, letting go of how we treated others, beating, oh my gosh, beating ourselves up for not accomplishing things is not the answer at this current time. The grief aspect is putting down what has been causing you not to move forward. What has been stopping you from reaching your goals? Is it because you're a mother? Is it because this is the only job you have and you don't feel like you have additional credentials? Bison, you don't feel like you have additional credentials. You want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't see how you're going to do that with um, the kids that you have or the relationship that you have, or you're not in a relationship at this current time and you don't know how you can open up to receive others to love you. All these things, putting all of that to rest at this current time is what's being asked for you, and just sit in the essence of love. Sit in the essence of love and knowing that your frequency is love, you are love, and that there's nothing else that you need to do besides be your authentic self. That will bring in everything that you have been desiring. Will it come in the way you expected? Probably not. It probably won't. However, will you sit and make it so unique that you know that this is your path, that this is your person, that this is your next step? Yeah, I think you'll be able to do that. Uniqueness is at its best at this current time. That is what, oh my gosh, that is what the Aquarius energy brings. Uniqueness. All right, y'all, let's get into it. For old talk. Y'all see all this happening to me, right? Not happening to me, but happening for me. I have to switch it up. All right. Dear angels and archangels, thank you so much for being here, protecting us and guiding us. What are the messages for the collectives for July 26th to August 1st? July 26th to August 1st. Aries. Aries, you have the 6 of coins. This really speaks to me about you opening up and learning how to receive, allowing other people to guide you. Allowing other people to assist you in what is needed at this current time. So next week, the energy is bringing in, tuning into yourself, bringing in what self-worth means to you, tapping into your soul. The 6 of coins also is telling me that whatever you've been putting out to manifest will be coming in. However, you will not be able to see that until you open up to receive. So you see how all the coins are up here? It's like you've been manifesting, you've been asking for something, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like it's going to be dropping as quickly, because you are one in your own way of allowing things to come down on its own, allowing, the energy to come down to assist you of the things that you want to do. And also, this also brings in the energy of coming down and working with others to make your dreams come true as well. Who can you bring on your team next week, Aries, that's going to allow you, Aries, sun, moon, and rising, that's going to allow you to feel worthy, validate yourself. And as you continue to validate yourself and stay in tune into what your heart desire, next week is I see it being a great week for you. I do also see people admiring you next week. You may be dressing really nice next week. I do see also, when I say admiring, I got admirer. So there might be somebody admiring you, and next week they're going to be hollering. Not for everybody. And also there's also going to bring next week brings a balance in your financial aspect, Aries. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. Taurus, you have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and this definitely talks to me about feeling next week like the decisions that you have made have not been great ones. Feeling not necessarily that this is what's going to be happening to you, but the way you feel next week, it may feel like you invested in something that didn't go well for you, that you missed out on specific opportunities because you didn't get to speak to people. Some of you may miss out on an event next week that's causing you to feel like an opportunity is going to be missed. I do want to say that what you're looking at right now is not what's going to be coming up for you. There's a lot happening for you, Taurus, that's going to be changing. However, so I'm getting this split right here. This is how you're feeling now, but next week, brighter things, I was going to say better things, but brighter things are coming in next week. The sun is here in the back, so shifting your mindset at this current time, shifting your mindset. All right, so you see this big head right here, there's a big, great idea, person, or thing that's coming in with abundance for you, right? But you don't see that at this current time because you're focusing on the little things, right? The little details, right? And it's cool to focus on the little details. However, there's somebody that's watching you, or there's somebody that you spoke to that's bringing in what you've asked. The little details is being shown to you so that you can shift it, right? Because this person is pregnant, and this person may be two things. You can actually be pregnant and asking yourself, why did I pick this person, right? Or the opposite way, he's saying that or she's saying that, or however that goes. And look at, even with the shoes are different colors. This is balancing out your masculine and your feminine. So the second message is focusing on the little details for you to shift it is what's being asked for you right now. And whatever you might have wanted to birth may need to change in order for things to come out into fruition for you, Taurus. So there's one project or one thing that you're focusing on, but there's so many other opportunities that you're not seeing at this current time. So balancing out your feminine and your masculine energy, Taurus, meaning your masculine is doing and your feminine is being, right? So balancing out, connecting with others, but also allowing whatever you put out there to come into fruition, giving it time. Focus more on fixing your view on what you want to come into fruition, because it's coming. Just because you don't see it, it's coming. All right, Grand Rising. All right, we're going into Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, you got the High Priestess. You have the High Priestess right here. I did feel a sense of feeling cluttered or feeling tight in a space. Next week, you might be feeling like you may have to sit on your emotions. You may not be able to express yourself next week, and this could be because Mercury is in Cancer moving into Leo. So right now you're really focusing next week on what you want to do. You're not really going to be sharing a lot with others. You might be moving in silence next week, Gemini, and it's like you got a plan. Like whoever, some of you guys are ready for next week. It's like, I know what I'm doing next week. Monday I'm doing this, Tuesday I'm doing this, Wednesday I'm doing this, and if you haven't already, is what your mind has been telling you. Let's set up for next week so that we can feel productive. Because as soon as you wake up, you're productive because you're breathing. However, you're saying to yourself, I want to wake up and feel productive. Working on your throat chakra next week is also throat and solar plexus, right? Because you got this light coming in as well as these pillars in the golden color, gearing more towards the solar plexus for me. And then her dressed in blue is really tapping into your intuition, using your solar plexus, using your willpower, and tapping into your throat, coming in from an authentic space. How can you Follow your intuition, Gemini, next week. And when you follow your intuition, how can you transmute that into creating that authenticity within yourself that others will see as you embody it, and then speak about how you were able to embody this new energy, because I do feel like new energy is coming in for you. However, some of you may be aware that this new energy is coming in, and others of you may not be because of this curtain. So some of you may be aware of the shift, while others are going to be going through this shift and feel like it's like they don't want that change. Some of my Geminis don't want to tap into the intuition. I'm also getting the energy of I'm hearing do without saying. So some Geminis are, like I said, y'all gonna be doing things in discreet, and then later on you may be speaking upon it. But right now you're in a space of okay, Cancer, relax. Right now you may be in a space, Gemini, of just reviewing, right, with the scroll, following your intuition, and moving in silence. But overall, it's going to be a great week for you. If you do want to heighten your intuition, this week coming up is a great one to tap in, go into nature, meditate, if you're into any of those things. Because once you do that, the answers that you've been asking, as you see that ray of light, is going to be coming in for you. But definitely tuning in will give you that clarity. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. The Three of Wands. Cancer. Cancer, I feel like you're sad next week, or you're going to be really deep into your foundation next week. Where are you going? Maybe feeling a little bit airy, right? Some Geminis, well, we're not doing that. Some Cancers may be in transition into a different space in their life, and they're following their intuition with the birds bringing in the messages so that they can be able to build a foundation. But next week for Cancer is really focused on your foundation. Where am I going? What am I doing? You do some Cancers may be feeling a little blocked, right? In this triangle, maybe feeling a little bit trapped, but they still in the space of knowing that something better is coming along for them, and so they're just tuning in. So next week, Cancers, you guys will be tapping in to your foundation. What does that look like, and where are you going? So some of you guys may not be wanting to go out next week, and with all the aggressive energy that's happening next week, you definitely just gonna be either just going to work and coming back, dealing with the kids and coming back, but really tapping into yourself next week. Cancer, with the water, Cancer, you guys won't be that emotional. It's like you'll be above your emotions and not really let anything get in your way. So I also feel like some Cancers are building boundaries, and learning how to build those boundaries puts you in a space of needing to be alone next week to see what boundaries you need to build. And so next week again is more in the space of tuning into yourself. With this bird in your ear, I can definitely see that there could be some spirit guides coming in and giving you literally in your ear the steps that you need in order to bring things into fruition of whatever aspect of your life you ask to have an upgrade. And with that being said, that taps into meditating and tuning in next week, Cancer. Leo, it's your season. Let's see what's going on, Leo. Leo, you you got the King of Pentacles. What can I say about you next week, Leo? Right now, whatever some Leos have been manifesting or I do see a lot of growth next week. So I'm not sure if you've been growing plants. I'm not sure if you want to get into plants. I'm not sure if you planted something 6 months ago and now it's coming into fruition for you, but there's a lot of action happening for you next week. If you have been thinking about investing, next week is a great time for you to invest in yourself, invest in a project, invest in something that you're certain about, invest in something that you have reached out for information with these antennas and receiving information. So Leo, next week, if you take time out to sit with yourself, there's going to be a surge of powerful energy tapping into you and giving you messages on. So for those of you who tap in and receive messages, you will be receiving massive messages with these antennas on what your next steps is going to be in your life. Should you have decided to want to move, you will be getting next week the thoughts, ideas, and maybe even the energy to pursue buying a home or finding a broker. If you're in a high position at your job or you own your own business, there's going to be a shift within your business next week for the positive side, where you're going to find that things are going stable for you in your job, Leo, or in your business. But next week, throw that cape on, because Leo, you are up for a ride. Now, will you be doing this alone? I do believe that right now you want to do everything alone next week, Leo, because it's more of like, I already know what I need to do, and I'm not in the space for people to help me and for people to change my mindset and thoughts. So Leo, you will be in a space of authority next week. I do see your self-worth overflowing. So share some of that self-worth with other people. Share with them how you get into that space of loving yourself first and then sharing it with others. Hello, hello. All right, Virgo. Virgo. Grand rising. Virgo, you have justice in reverse. So there's a balance coming in for you, Virgo, next week, right? Stability. You're standing on your thoughts. You are aware of your thoughts. You're not in a space of judging anything or anybody next week, Virgo. There's a huge balance. And I do believe that there is somebody going into Virgo next week. Give me 1 second, because I feel like that is going to be part of you. Mars enters into Virgo next week, and that's going to be on Thursday. And so that also brings in that balance for you. And Mars is about doing. So when Thursday comes along for you next week, you'll be more stable and more grounded in your next moves. I do feel that in the reverse, there has been some of you guys next week maybe doing a detox cleansing. It could be an emotional one. It could be a spiritual one. It could be a food one. Whatever you want to do, Virgo. But I do see that happening for you so that you can be a clear channel. This could be a clear channel for yourself, meaning that you having clarity on your next steps, you having clarity on where you want to be and what you want to do. That is all coming for you next week. This white is brings in purity, brings in awareness. And with the arms up, it's like this person is not even tired. And I do believe that is she like, oh, she's holding it. I thought she was like bind to it, but she's holding it. So you will be, Virgo, next week, holding your power, balancing out your masculine and your feminine, and you will actually even have deeper authority on how you speak and present yourself to people next week. But it all be in discreet, because the card is in reverse. Yeah, actually the first reverse. Virgo is like, chill. This Aquarius season, I gotta get organized. I can't show the world right now. Everybody else is like, well, here I am once again. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. This card be falling on the floor. Ow. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to shuffle again because I don't know if it was in reverse or not. You have it in reverse. You have the Six of Wands in reverse. The Six of Wands, there's a lot of gifts coming in for you. Can I have some? So abundance, 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 abundance for Libra next week. Tons and tons of changes in regards to the way you present yourself to people. Though, all right, so these eyes, every time I see these eyes, I do feel like there's two type of eyes. The vulture eyes, so you have people watching you to see how you're getting into the space that you have been getting into. What? So maybe some of you guys are renting a spot, and so people want to know, how did you get to rent that spot? Other people are wondering, how did you end up over there? That's the type of energy. It's like, how did you end up over there? So some people are in that space next week looking at you. There will be an upgrade within your abundance, right? So if you decide that you want to play the lotto or something like that, you may win something, even if it's $5. Hey, you won something, right? So trust yourself next week that you're being guided with tons of wisdom. If you can see the sticks at the top of the head, all right, the sticks top of the head really discuss more of taking action on your thoughts. Yeah, maybe there's this one person that you may be sharing your thoughts and actions with, but don't share it with everybody, Libra. Don't share it with everybody, because there's certain people that are saying that they want to assist you in whatever you're moving forward with, just to come and, snatch up some of your goodies, while this one person is really listening. This one person is really going to assist you and guide you. But for the most part, next week, Libra, you have everything that you need. With this crown, you have everything that you need to move forward in your decisions. This is all about you trusting yourself next week. You see how this hand is right there and this bird is there, but if this hand drops, can you trust yourself to fly? Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Y'all, let me tell you how I had the mic on mute, so I don't even know if the first 16 minutes of the video is, you can hear it. At this point, y'all already know how I give it up. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. Scorpio, you have the 10 of coins in reverse. And so secretly, Scorpio, I know, you already know I'm always coming with something. Secretly, you are stabilizing your foundation, Scorpio, and that's fine. You don't have to tell people that you found a house. You don't have to tell people that you found a good job. You don't have to tell people that you're building a family, but that is happening for you next week. What's happening for you is what you've been craving and asking for, Scorpio, is coming in for you, right? This talks about some Scorpios are also in a space of recreating their self-worth. So that does talk about going back into your foundation, digging deep and nurturing yourself here, right? With these feathers, right? If you was touched by a feather, how would you feel? Oh, nurturing, right? Oh. So that's how you're going to be feeling. You're going to feel nurtured next week. You're going to feel like stability is coming in for you, and you won't be sharing it with other people because you just feel like, I don't want other people to sabotage what's happening for me. So many of you will be moving in a silence. If you are joining some type of job or institution or school, some of you may be receiving the funds to go to the school. Maybe your job is paying for you to go back to school so that you can upgrade on your status, your title, and your education. So I do see abundance coming in heavily for my Scorpios next week, and it will be more for one, what you've been asking for, what you've been working for, but it also talks about building your future, right? Again, going back to the Aquarius energy of the full moon. What does your future look like when this abundance come in? If it has already come in, how can you continue to keep it stable? Because 10 talks about stability, right? And this, in regards to your self-worth, you have been mastering and also handed a different form, Scorpio, on how to treat yourself. So that like boosts it up. Like now your self-worth is up and high. And when a Scorpio's self-worth is up and high, you better hide. All right. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Ooh, fresh start. Where we going, Sag? So Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising right now, you guys are looking for clarity. You know that there's steps that you want to take, but as you can see here, it's like you feel like there's some steps that are missing in order for you to hop on over. And or if not, then you feel like you have to bring yourself down before you can get back into a level of moving forward. But this really talks about taking the leap. This talks about skipping a step, skip a step or two in order for you to reach where you want to be, Sagittarius. There is this space of emptiness. So some Sag, you guys are feeling empty within. This could be through detox. This could be emotionally and spiritually. You may be feeling like you need to start from scratch. And starting from scratch means not taking every baggage that is from the past. Let's just say the past 2 weeks. What the fuck you been going through, Sag? And if you've been going through a lot in the past 2 weeks, unpack all of that and pack only what is going to bring you happiness, what's going to move you forward. Allow yourself not to feel that you need to lower your standards to be with anybody, lower your self-worth when it comes to getting paid. Don't allow yourself to do that. This gap right here really talks about trust. Can you trust yourself to start a new beginning? With the major arcana, it talks about a grand shift in your life next week. And this grand shift could be very little, right? So it can be as little as deciding that for the next couple of days, you're not going to eat something. For the next couple of days, you're going to take time for yourself before you speak to your significant other. For the next couple of days. So shifting that one step in your life can then cause that bigger change that you're looking for. I'm hearing some of you guys saying, I don't want to change. But it's coming. It's coming in the most weirdest ways for my Sages. But what I do see that this baggage that you're holding on to here, it's the least of your worries. So that's like, this is what I can handle. So next week, hop in with trust and work on what you can handle. And look at the beauty in everything. Look at the beauty. Even if you feel like someone is not being super nice to you, look at the beauty of them not being nice to you. The beauty is that you can cut them off. All right. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. Ooh. Caps. Where you at? So next week, Capricorns, huge opportunities are coming in for you. And that is in two areas, the self-worth and the money. The self-worth and the money. When the self-worth goes up, so does the money, right? Our self-worth is that space. Like if you're an entrepreneur and you've been charging less than what you should be receiving, and now you put your price up and people are not coming in as much as you would like them to, as much as they were coming in the past. This talks about you understanding that and knowing that you're worth the price that you put up. All right, you're worth the price. Next week, you will be paid the price that you're worth. If you're an entrepreneur, next week, if you've asked for a raise, you may see that in a bonus. You may see that by maybe even meeting somebody and showing you that you're worthy of more. So self-worth is coming in for Capricorns really hard, and you're ready for it. You're there like, all right, give me my shit. I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of this. So you will be in a space of receiving next week. So also with the ace is a new beginning, right? So this could mean that some Capricorns are working on their finances. And while you're working on your finances, Grand Rising, everyone, while you're working on your finances, you are going to learn how to budget. Some Capricorns may not have had that time and space to budget. So you will be beginning a new budget because, again, it's like I feel something's being handed to you and you're just like, whoa, okay, so how do I handle this? And so it's the beginning, and it's just like, okay. So get ready. And this self-worth could literally be mean that now you have a huge energy of knowing who you are and clearing out yourself to the point where you just like, I'm not tolerating that. I'm not tolerating that. And it feels good. So even in that space next week of just owning that self-worth is going to be beautiful for you. And it's also talking about grounding, right? So you're a Capricorn, and Pentacles is for grounding. Learning how to be in the present moment for a lot of Capricorns is coming in next week as well. How can I be in the present moment so that I don't get anxiety for the future? How can I be in the present moment so that I don't get depressed for the past? What am I doing right now? So I do see you checking yourself next week, like focus. And lots of stability. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. I guess that's a new thing that the spirits are doing. I gotta say that. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's two things happening here. Some Aquarius, you may find out some fishy shit is happening. What's going on here? Why? So some shit might be happening next week. Some clarity, something in that's hidden is coming into clarity, and you're going to be in a space of celebrating. Some of you may be away, and you find out some shady shit is happening, and you still celebrating about it. So there, for some Aquarius, there was something that was not feeling so right, and you couldn't put your finger on it. And next week, you're gonna get that clarity. Everybody else in the background is in the shadow, right? So this could also mean some Aquarius may be time traveling into their past lives and figuring out what aspect of their life they want to bring into this lifetime. And so you're celebrating on that. That's not for everybody, but my Aquarius, you guys are out there in the galaxy, so you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to your third eye, your solar plexus, some Aquarius are not feeling worthy of a relationship. So you might be, okay, some Aquarius don't feel worthy of a relationship, so you might not enter a relationship next week because you feel like that's too much for you. You can't handle it. You may not be ready to commit at this current time, but the universe is saying, didn't you ask? Are you ready to change? Others of you may be in a secret relationship, and other people may find out about it in a party. This is a lot of what's going on, Aquarius. It's a lot of stuff happening, Aquarius, but there will be clarity next week for you. So pick and choose which one on you, because they're definitely, as you can see, this picture has a lot of people. But the Three of Cups mainly is about emotions, it's about celebration, and it's about bringing balance to your mind, body, and soul. So whatever information you get next week, Aquarius, is going to bring a balance within yourself. And if you haven't been out celebrating with anyone next week, you will be doing that. These people are barefooted. I just noticed that. Never did before. So if you're part of some type of tribe, yeah, like some soul tribe, or you go into the woods to heal, walking barefooted and grounding next week will be great for some Aquarius. With these 3 light bulbs here, poop, 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 I also receive this energy of clarity, illuminations to your thoughts. So whatever you've been thinking about doing next week, Aquarius, it will be good to take small steps and celebrate. Take small steps and celebrate. All right. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Don't forget to like, share. So what I like about this card, that either way, if it's in reverse or not, it's powerful. Well, all of them are, but like, look at this card. All right, focus. So this is in reverse, but you got the Hangman. And so Pisces, whatever way you look at it, you're being illuminated. Now, it would be up to you to decide how you want to ground yourself. If you can see that there's a number 4, and the number 4 to me talks about the 4 because of the legs, right? Talks to me about grounding and stability for you, right? What does your foundation look like? Can you ground yourself? Do you know how to ground yourself? Do you know how to connect with the earth? Do you know how to connect, right? Bringing in that balance between receiving information from whoever it is that you believe in, to grounding yourself here in the present moment and using that energy to bring more awareness into who you are. Y'all know that I speak Spanish, so it'd be crazy. So here, what I do get is that your lower chakras or your foundation is going to be stable next week. However, when it comes to your upper chakras, and when it comes to your heart and your throat chakra, this is what you're going to be working with more. So I do feel like some of you guys may be playing with meditation next week, and others are Pisces who are aware, you will be tapping in more. Just looking at the animals here. And so this is, it feels like it's pumpkins, right? So whatever you decide, let me see, where we at? July, August, September, October. So Pisces, when I say pumpkin, I think about October, I think about Halloween. Whatever you decide to ground next week, whatever you put your mind to next week, it will come into fruition, and it will allow you to bring it into its first steps. So in October is when you're going to start seeing what you plan next week come into fruition. Why I say, because the branches are empty, right? And so when the branches are empty, to me, it's talking about you still having some fear in what you plan or how you plan, or even if it's going to come into fruition. So this really talks about tapping into yourself, tapping into your heart. What does your heart desire? And can you trust yourself to move forward and make things happen? Yes, you did. So it really is no wrong way for you to move forward next week, as for each and every one of us. But either ways, whether you tap in to nature or whether you tap into the galaxy, you will be receiving information. It will be up to you to see how you will move forward with it. All right, I'm hoping that it did happen, but I did do the messages in the beginning for all of us, and I spoke. However, I'm not sure if the first 16 minutes of this video is on or not, because I had it on mute. If it's not, y'all, I'll see y'all in another video. But I do love y'all. Don't forget to like. And I'll be doing the Aquarius video. I'm going to take a break and come back and do the Aquarius on full moon, because we still in that energy. And I have messages for y'all. All right? Love y'all.